whitehouse.gov. It's obviously the White House's official website, but under President Obama, it became a lot more than that. It became a history book, a policy directory, and even a way to petition the president himself. In Washington, D.C., I met with 3 generations of whitehouse.gov designers who all worked under Obama to understand this early attempt at open government and whether it might disappear under Trump.
I don't remember the whitehouse.gov website in 2007 at all. Right?
Yeah, it was nothing. There was no social media, there was some video.
And then I remember it being pretty clean, pretty classy.
Like we brought it up to like what was the state of the art in in late 2008. And we kind of knew that we had a section for like civic engagement and public engagement, which was going to be a big push.
We took that kind of foundation that Matt set up, and as the White House started to grow and more people came in and more initiatives started, we kind of used that platform and then, looked at it and said, okay, we have this website, how are we going to reach different people?
I mean, We the People was like, I remember the first time you showed me that.
We the People launched in 2011 as a section of whitehouse.gov that allowed citizens to organize and petition the Oval Office.
We the People, it was a goal when we redesigned that website that it would be carried on into the next administration. That we were really glad and kind of celebrating to see that it still exists. Before 2011, when the petition site was first created, the way that you petition the government was to collect physical signatures and then to push pieces of paper under the gate at the White House. This is in the 2000s. That's insane.
Right. Whitehouse.gov, I feel like, to me, it was like the face of open government, or sort of some of the baby steps to getting there.
Yeah, transparency was a huge piece of it. I think, things like releasing the records, there's a lot of that, like just data, like here's the visitor logs, which, Trump is not doing. They kind of removed that from the site. Part of our job is like, I'm going to design things that try to show you like how this is made. How do we show people what's happening here? Because it's very foreign, right? It's like what happens in DC in the White House. It's like, who's right? Is the president doing everything? People don't know. It's right.
Cody and I have talked about this with Ashley. There's this like one Facebook thread that went on forever when we saw that the Trump administration was using the same design but taking a lot of stuff down.
Specifically, what happened was Trump came in, removed a lot of those sort of topics that people cared about, right?
Part of me is kind of happy it's still being used. It's like the shell of it is serving a purpose, and I worked on this thing that it represents the White House. The hard part for me is it's been stripped of everything. It's just the shell.
Of course they're using it. It's like far better than anything that they could do.
We had already made the plans to kind of creating the archive version of President Obama's whitehouse.gov, and just hadn't considered that they would be keeping a copy and like scrubbing it and making their own version using our design. But I would say the plus side and the parts that I'm still really proud of were the most recent fights that, despite the content that's in there, it's accessible in a way that I think the Trump administration, starting from scratch, wouldn't give a crap about.
In your most ideal world, what does the Whitehouse.gov site do?
I think for me, it's like one of the most visible branding devices that we have. It's a single...
It's the website of America, right?
Place where you can go to learn everything about America, right? If you change like Reagan's bio on the website, that's a thing. Like you're literally rewriting history. They haven't changed Obama's bio, but I think if we start seeing stuff like that change, or some of the more historical things change on the site, like changing who was the 34th president or whatever, that's stuff that happens in other countries that should not happen. It doesn't happen here.
You say that like it could happen though, the way
I don't know.